What's going on, family? It's your guy Boro, the Lucky Libra. Thank you for tuning in to another episode. As you can see by the title, we jumping into the Signs Through the Houses series. Okay, we picking it back up with Leo in the third house. All right. Y'all already know the vibes, man. Y'all can tap into my website to connect with the Libra on a one-on-one level. And y'all can make sure to tap into my Patreon where I'm uploading every Tuesday, Thursday, live streams every Sunday, and more. But let's get right into it, family. Boom. All right. Now, look. What is the third house? The third house is the air house. Air house is dealing with interactions, relatability, connection, relationships. These are relationship houses, the social houses. All right. So when we're looking at the third house, this is how we interact with our familiar surroundings. This represents our adolescent stages, the things that we learn early in life, the information and knowledge that we encounter early in life, the things that we're taught. All right. The people, places, and things in our neighborhood and how we interacted with them, our neighbors, the playground we went to in the neighborhood, the things we experienced at that goddamn playground across the street. All right, the teachers and the people that you was dealing with and mingling with in school, elementary school, junior high. All right, and depending on how you connected to all these energies in your third house started to influence your natural communication method. It started to influence the morals and ethics and perspectives that you develop dealing with connecting and relating to other individuals, interaction. All right, so the third house, I like to say this house deals with how we become products of our environment. This house shows us how we become products of our environment. All right, guys. So what we got Leo here. We got Leo here. Leo's fixed fire, ruled by the sun. All right, he's dealing with creative expression. Fire signs is dealing with expression. The sun is dealing with being seen, attention, light. So in some type of shape or form, with Leo in the third house, this is my what? This is my Gemini risings. This is my Gemini risings, maybe my Taurus risings to a degree, can be my Cancer risings to a degree, depending on interceptions, all right? So, maybe not so much Cancer risings, more so Taurus and, Taurus risings. And yeah, it could actually be Gemini rises. It could be Gemini rises in certain cases. So when we're looking at when we're looking at Leo in the third house, these individuals are going to manifest situations where things that creatively stimulate them, they encounter that early in life. They encounter that within the home. Maybe they sibling teaches them how to deal with some of the things that they creatively into. So this person could be an artist, right? This person could be a rapper, singer, and they may have had that cousin, older sibling that taught them how to write music, how to put together syllables for music and shit. All right, how to put together rhyming patterns and shit. Help them learn how to design, spray paint t-shirts, and now they grew up to be a designer. Put the basketball in their hand. They grew up to be an athlete. So the things that they get active with when it comes to how they can express themselves, there may have been a huge emphasis, huge influence in this third house, whether it's a mentor, sibling, relative, cousin, friend at school, best friend met in the neighborhood. In some type of shape or form, creativity could be stimulated here. Leo in the third house, it may be a sense of popularity here. With Leo in the third house, this person may have, got known based off of how they were able, because they already have somewhat of an awareness. Fire lights up, so they already have somewhat of an awareness on who's who, what's what in their neighborhood. Remember, Leo deals with what's trendy, what's popular, what's in the light, what's popping. So these individuals, when it comes to their familiar neighborhood, they understand that. They understand who the popular ones is, who got what, who's doing what. And then it starts to influence this Leo in the third house individual to see how they could correlate their creative abilities, how they could possibly gain some attention for the way that they're able to communicate and relate to others. Just having Leo in the third house, they may be somewhat charismatic with the way that they communicate, all right? The way they communicate may be either charismatic, impulsive, really unique, real individual, real original, real creative, to the point that they gain light, and they could be real funny. Leo in the third house, All right. So it comes to a point where they start gaining attention just for how they communicate and express themselves a lot of time. Leo in the third house. Remember, Leo brings the sun energy wherever it's at, even if the sun is not in that house. So with the sun here, this person can gain a lot of light for how they communicate. They could end up manifesting a lot of situations early in life. People gossiping about them, people talking about them. This is why I said this house could also, Leo in the third house could also start manifesting some popularity here. Just because people are going to be talking about you a lot, you may end up in the spotlight a lot amongst your friendships, amongst some relationships in school, in junior high school. Probably prom king, prom queen, or was a high candidate for that shit. Leo in the third house. I like to say third house. Third house also deal with school to a degree. Third house also deal with school to a degree. With that third house, ninth house axis, because the third house is like your familiar surroundings. Ninth house is like the expansion of your surroundings. So it's like with the third house, you could have, like, what's the name? You could say this is like junior high school, elementary school, and high school. You could say ninth house is like college. You could say it's like college, higher forms of education. Yeah, you feel me? So with Leo in the third house, yeah, this person, you know, they could be real interactive, real social, real relatable, all right? Have a charismatic way of dealing with others. You know, they know how to gain attention, gain light for the way that they communicate a lot of the time, all right? Could be real flashy with the way that they communicate and relate themselves to others. You know, have a savviness to how they relate themselves. But you know, Leo's gonna manifest situations that push you into the stage. So it's one thing that you may have a natural charisma with the way you communicate and relate to others, but you may manifest some situation that you get pushed into the stage. You get pushed to express certain things, and you may not be comfortable with that, especially if your sun and moon don't align with that energy. So, you know, Leo could deal with a lot of that shit. You know, you definitely may have that. Listen, Leo in the third house, not only are you you're gonna have somewhat of a creative influence with creative endeavors in this house, or you're learning how to shine a light on something that you've learned how to do. Remember, the third house deal with learning, creative endeavors, information that you gain. So you may be trying to understand with Leo in the third house, or manifesting situations with people, places, and things in certain circumstances, trying to help you to gain the light or understand where you can shine the light on how you know how to do certain things, on information that you have, your ability to teach, shine some awareness and insight to others. Leo in the third house could be a really good teacher, all right? But for the most part, you may develop individuals hating on you because of that. You may develop individuals because you have that natural way of shining a light on how you communicate. You gain attention for how you communicate in your relationships. You may have had a hot, attractive partner early in life. You feel me? So it's just a lot of them things could just develop hate, man. A lot of them things could develop some haters. So y'all gotta be careful with that, Leo in the third house. But Leo in the third house may not have to really go through so much situations learning how to shine the light on their communicative ways, or how they relate to others, or on their information or whatnot. That may just really come natural with Leo in the third house. That may really come natural. Once again, for the most part, this is my Gemini risings. So when it comes to what they know, what they have, what they developed in this house, whether it's creative endeavors, knowledge, and information, they know how to get the sun on top of that shit by default. AKA, they know how to center stage it. They know how to work it on the stage, have it build some traction to attract more in this third house. Leo in the third house may develop some friends that just want to be around it just cause of they light, just cause of they sun. So y'all got to make sure the type of circle y'all have. Y'all could get a little gassed up with Leo in the third house. Have anybody around y'all. Damn, this person want to chill with me. This person asked me out on this date. This person invited me to this party and all that. You got to be careful of it. Because it may be an individual, you know, what they say. I know y'all right now like, what do they say? Keep your friends close, enemies closer. Yeah, Leo in the third house, y'all may manifest individuals trying to do that to y'all, but they hating on y'all at the same time, acting like they y'all friends. Because your light's strong in this house. Your light's strong in your familiar neighborhood right now. Your familiar neighborhood. And you got to make sure, if you're dealing with energies with Leo in your third house, where you're dealing with, maybe your sun, moon, other energies, you deal with somewhat of insecurity or vulnerability, expressing your knowledge and wisdom, what you know, your creative endeavors. Remember, the third house is what you know, is what you developed in your familiar surroundings, what you was taught, what you learned. So the sun here needs to learn how to push that out. All right. Make sure you shine your light with your most likely having ways of being charismatic in this house. Okay. So yeah, and Leo could also jump in. It could be, this is just for those who lean on the spectrum of not being that interactive or with others in this realm, due to whatever other energies. But overall, y'all gotta understand, Leo's in the third house is gonna influence y'all to shine that light on the things that your insight and your knowledge and wisdom. So y'all gotta embrace stepping into them shoes and making sure that y'all communicate y'all knowledge and information when people, especially when people try to underestimate y'all shit, when people try to play y'all. Don't let people play y'all. So, all right, Gemini risings. All right, Leo in the third house. All right, then. All right, we good then. We straight. So, family, that's what we talking about when we talking about Leo in the third house. Next, we picking it up with Virgo in the third house. All right. Until then, y'all make sure to tap in with the Lucky Libra on my website. I'm uploading on my Patreon every Tuesday, Thursday. Live streams every Sunday. Until then, family, peace.